All right. We are going live on YouTube right now. I hope everybody's having a amazing week. I hope your Christmas was amazing. And we are going to quickly share this around the web. So all of our social media, everybody can join us. So bear with me here about 5 seconds as I do that. But in that time, welcome. I know people are pouring in. I'm already seeing the count jump up. It's great to see so many people here. Thank you. And for everybody else who will be watching this on Rewind, every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, we are live on YouTube answering your cord cutting related questions. So if you ever have a cord cutting related question you want to ask me directly and make sure I see it and get an opportunity to answer it, join us Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern for about an hour, and I'll do my best to watch it. Also, do me a big favor, hit that subscribe button on YouTube. We should be at 20,000 subscribers today. It was my goal by the end of the year to hit 20,000, and we're going to do it with a tiny bit of room to spare. I'd like to say thank you to everybody who subscribes to us on YouTube. I really appreciate it, and I promise we're going to continue to work hard to make it the best possible coverage of cord cutting out there. All right, let me finish this up. Okay, here we go. Let me jump into the live feed and we will get going. If you're here, let me know if you can hear everything. I know a lot of people are gone this week. It's been a rather quiet week in news of cord cutting, but there's been some stories out there. But let's kind of take a moment, look back at the history of 2018. Let's look for, or 2017. Let's look forward to 2018, and let's talk all things cord cutting today. All right. A couple things to keep an eye out on too for 2018. Next week's show will be at normal time, but the week after that we will be having a week of CES. I'll be in Vegas covering all things CES, and we will not be having a show that week. So unfortunately, next week there'll be a show. The week after there won't. Just want to let everybody know. Keep that in mind. Teresa, hello. Is my microphone and everything working well, Teresa? Can you hear me? And we'll dive in that. The other thing is, I don't think it's live yet. Amazon looks like they're about to release an Amazon Prime Video app for Android TV, an official one. I know there's been APKs and side loading and all kinds of stuff you've been able to do, but this will be the first official Amazon Prime Video there. Hello, Craig. Good to see you here. All right, people are pouring in. Thank you, Jason. I hope you had a Merry Christmas, too. I hope everybody had a Merry Christmas. Movie fan, welcome back. Good to see you here. Everybody must be recovering from the post-Christmas hibernation because it's kind of a slow start, but I see people are pouring in now. But hey, if you have a question about cord cutting, let me know. Kenny says, what's up, Luke? Do you have any idea when DirecTV Now and Boomerang will come out with Android TV apps? No. I expect DirecTV Now will probably be doing it about the time they release their Android TV powered streaming player. We'll have to wait and see. Boomerang, I don't know. It's a smaller deal. They're just kind of rolling it out. Give it some time. I hear Flickster in the United States is shutting down. The Flickster's, I don't believe the whole Flickster is shutting down, but I believe you are correct to say their streaming service is shutting down. I had a coverage of that a couple weeks ago when they announced it. You're not able to buy anything right now, and they are encouraging people to use the Movie Anywhere app to sync your catalog and move everything over to Vudu. And they're pretty much pushing everybody over to Vudu right now. Teresa, you had trouble with Fire TV and YouTube. Yeah, you're not. All signs are you're not going to be able to use YouTube on the Fire TV very long. Come Monday, they're pulling that app. Any idea? Movie fan asks, any idea when the DirecTV Now app on with DVR is coming to the Roku? No, they say it's going to come, so that's an improvement in the thing, but it's going to come at a later date. When exactly, I do not know. Do you have any more news on DirecTV Now Cloud DVR? Well, they've been adding people like water recently. They probably added 10, 20, 30,000 people in the last week or so to the beta. I would expect maybe around CES that we will get an official release of it. Yeah, Teresa, you're going to have to use the Firefox or the Chrome browser on the Fire TV to watch YouTube. I'm hearing some reports. People are saying that YouTube's not working on the Fire TV tonight. I'm not sure if Google pulled the trigger early or if there's just some type of glitch tonight. I'm unfortunately getting ready for this Q&A. I was not able to dive into that too far tonight. How was my Christmas? Colin, thanks for asking. It was great. Went to see some family up in Michigan. A little quick 4-day trip. Turned around and flew back. Got upgraded to first class on the flight, which was pretty cool. Yeah, everything's good. It was a great trip. Great time to see family. Always wish it could be longer. Unfortunately, work calls. There are 3 games on DirecTV Now and no overflow channel. Johnny, I'm not sure I understand your question. What games? Because most DirecTV Now does have overflow channels of mini sports networks, so I'm not sure exactly what the issue is there. What games are you not able to watch? What channel? Give me some more information and I'll try to help you. MSG Plus is on there. Hey Johnny, question for you. Are you able to see MSG right now on DirecTV Now? Quick question for you. A Lazy Daisy. Yes, I will be at CES 2017 or 2018, I should say. I keep getting 2018 in my mind, and I will be at 2018 CES. I got a full week with all kinds of ones out there. So, Johnny, where exactly are you from? If you don't mind telling me the state, because I've been hearing mixed things about people being able to access MSG. 2 channels, yeah. So there's MSG and MSG Plus. I'm not sure. I don't know if I can tell you more about that. Sarita, I hope I said that right. Apologies if I got it wrong. Thank you so much for referring people to us. I really appreciate it. That's like the greatest compliment in the world when you would refer us to some of your friends. Have you had any problems with DirecTV Now Beta being able to create DVR recordings? No, I have not. Movie Fan says, I've noticed that DirecTV Now has added the channel BTE Her, but it's not in HD. I believe BTE Her is not a new channel. It's just a rebranded channel. And for the life of me, I can't remember what channel they rebranded. Somebody help me. What was the channel that it was before they rebranded it to BTE Her? Somebody help me out there. Crazy Cat Lady, love the name, asks, any news on new channels coming to Philo? No, they have hinted that they are interested in adding new channels, but not if it requires them to carry a big bundle of channels that they don't want. So we'll see what happens. Okay, everybody's saying BTE Her used to be called Centric. So Centric was rebranded as BTE Her, and it's not necessarily a new channel. Colin asks, do you see Google working with Amazon now that Amazon is selling the Chromecast? According to all reports, Google and Amazon are in conversation to try to save YouTube on the Fire TV, but as of this moment, no one has come to an agreement on that deal. It's still scheduled to be removed. YouTube is still scheduled to be removed from the Fire TV on Monday. Do you feel the Air TV missed the mark on the Air TV 2? Do you feel it would have been better to combine the features of the Air TV 1 and the Air TV 2? I actually think the Air TV 2 is a very great product. It does a great job. You plug it into your antenna, connect to your Wi-Fi, and on any Sling TV, any device with Sling TV app, you can watch your antenna. I think it's great. I think that's what most people wanted. I know some people who really like the Air TV 1, and that option's still there. In theory, I don't see why they couldn't update the software on the Air TV 1 to do the same thing. But for now, they're separate. Remember, it's in a soft launch period. They haven't even officially announced it publicly. They just kind of put it up for sale quietly. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. But I don't think it was a mistake. I think the idea of streaming the content up is where people want this to go. Colin asks, is DirecTV Now adding in new locals anytime soon? Yes, they've been adding locals left and right recently. So keep a look at that. All right, a lot of people are saying they have the MSG network. That's great. So people were telling me two things. The MSG network is still not showing up on the website. DirecTV Now has not released any official statement about adding it. And some people have told me that they have not been able to access MSG. Yeah, Johnny, I'm not sure about that. Typically they do. Remember, Johnny, there's been no official announcement of MSG network out there. I have confirmed with AT&T PR that's there. Some people have told me that they live in a market that should get it and are not. When you go to the website, it's not listed there. So keep that in mind. Yes, it is a regional sports network there, Colin. Yep. So I would wait and see. It's possible that somebody jumped the gun and put MSG live a little early. But we'll have to wait and see on that. Jonathan says, have you heard of any new sub-channels like Laugh, Buzz, etc. coming to his local market? No, I haven't heard of your specific market. I do know that Buzz, Laugh, the list goes on and on. Me TV, Comment TV, the list goes on. I could go on and on. But I've heard that pretty much all of them are trying to expand. With the move to 3.0, excuse me. So with the move to 3.0, over-the-air TV standard, currently you can get about 4 to 5 channels over there. With 3.0, in theory, you could have 99 channels per channel. So that means a lot more sub-channels could come out from that. Now, in theory, you get to 99, you're going to degrade. Maybe 50, 40, somewhere 40, 50 range is a more realistic per channel because the way it utilizes the bandwidth is much, much more efficient. So keep that in mind. That is limited. All right. But with that move to 3.0, trying to read and talk doesn't always work well. They say that more and more over-the-air channels will be coming, where currently you may only get 3 or 4 per over-the-air channel. Soon you may get 10, 20 of them per over-the-air channel. Yeah, Bill, I know that I've been hearing that from a lot of people that tech support says they don't have rights to stream MSG, and they do. I was talking to AT&T PR about it today. I'll have a story about it tomorrow. But AT&T DirecTV Now does have MSG and MSG Plus. They had it briefly nationwide. That was a mistake. MSG should be only in limited regional markets in the greater New York area, we'll call it. So, any word if MeTV will come out with a Roku channel like Comet did? No, Craig, MeTV hasn't said anything. I hope they do because I love MeTV. And MeTV is one of the ones, it's on a station that just kind of, depending on the weather and everything, is a little weak. Again, going to 3.0, that's supposed to have a much better coverage. So with the same power, it does a better job punching through trees and buildings and stuff to reach more people. All right, so keep the questions coming. I will do my best to answer them. All right, it's great to see so many people here. A little bit of a slow start today, but now we're well over 115, 130 people now. Look at the update. It's great to see on this holiday week. Every week, I've been noticing the viewership here has been going up and up. I welcome everybody who's new here. It's great to see thousands of people every week joining the Q&A. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Cord Cutters News is dedicated to bringing the best in cord cutting news, as our name says, tips, tricks, reviews, and how-to guides, all about the world of cord cutting. So join us every week right here. Follow us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. You can find our website, cordcuttersnews.com, where we post 3, 4, typically 6 or 7 posts a day all about cord cutting. Hey, Seth, many of the services you're promoting are piracy. We ask that you don't promote piracy here. So keep that in mind, that we're going to be here to promote all legal options of cord cutting. Any news on PlayStation View, and which one do you prefer between View and PlayStation or DirecTV Now? No new news on PlayStation View at this time. If I find any, I will cover it. As far as picking between DirecTV Now and PlayStation View, both have are great services. Both have their pluses and minuses, but the real thing will come down to is who has the channels you want and the packages you want. So I say they both offer free trials. Try both of them and see which one you like. All right, I read that Roku went public. What does that mean, and does it change anything? Yeah, so Roku did become a publicly traded company, which means they're selling stock on NASDAQ. It doesn't really mean anything. It doesn't change anything. It just does give Roku more money to play with to compete out there. And with the growth of streaming everything, people want to get in on it with the stocks. So they are buying Roku stocks, and Roku's trying to cash in on that. Jason says he opened his Netflix app on his Roku TV from TCL, and it came up with a screen to rate Netflix customer service. Pretty cool. What did you rate them, Jason? Did you give them, was it 5 stars, 10 stars? What did you rate them? Air TV is good. All right. Does power lines cause interference with over-the-air antenna reception? In theory, I guess it could. I'm not sure how powerful it is or what the impact of it is. The real thing that causes issues with over-the-air TV reception is hills, buildings, even trees a little bit. I have 20 hours recorded in my DirecTV Now beta DVR. Do you know those hours will be attributed, or are they going to get more hours? Yeah, so some DirecTV Now beta testers earlier on got 100 hours. More recent ones are only getting 20. What will it be when it goes public? Who knows? Could be that they're trying to bring in a lot of people to stress test it, but they're not fully capable. The storage units aren't ready yet, so maybe they dropped the hours. It's hard to say. But for now, we'll have to wait and see. What it will be out when it goes public. The only people who know that are AT&T employees, and they're not talking about how many hours they'll release the service with. All right. What's the latest with DirecTV Now? Really nothing new there. They're slowly adding more locals, and if we spot anything, we'll make sure to post about it. What do you think is the top Android TV box for under $100? Probably the MyBox. For under $100 the MyBox. The Air TV from Sling TV without the over-the-air adapter, I think, is $100. If I remember right, if that price is right, I would pick the Air TV over the MyBox. I think it's a better, more powerful, better made device. Lori, I'm happy to see you saw that special for Boomerang. Yes. Right now, if you like classic cartoons, Boomerang has a deal, 3 months for 99 cents of classic cartoons. It's a pretty good lineup. I really have enjoyed playing around with it. All right, keep the questions coming. If I've missed your question and you've asked it, re-ask it. I'll do my best to answer them. As more and more people come and comment, it can be harder for us to stay on top of all of them out there. All right, is YouTube serious about taking its app away from the Fire TV? Yes, so Google is very serious. They've already taken it away from the Amazon show. Keep that in mind. And they say there are talks between Google and Amazon to keep it, but at this moment, come Monday, the YouTube app will be pulled and removed from the Amazon Fire TV. Cedric, if you're that close to the bundle price, Cedric says it's really hard for me to sign up for a streaming TV service. You're so close to pricing you'd find in cable. Well, 2 things. A, remember that advertised price on cable is not the price you're going to pay. You have broadcast TV fees, HD TV, sports fees, local broadcast TV fees, DVR fees, box rentals. The list goes on and on. So that $50 price for cable is really $100. Plus taxes that are on streaming and so forth. So keep that all in mind that those advertised prices are not real. If you're paying more with cord cutting than you did with cable, you're doing it wrong. 2, always remember, don't get tricked by the promotional pricing and the advertised price, because that is not the price you're actually going to pay. We find it, according to the Wall Street Journal research, the average cord cutter saves roughly $100 a month on average. So keep that in mind. Some people will pay a little less or save a little less. Some people will save a little bit more. I save about $105 a month. All right. Will internet neutrality change affect how we cord cut in the future? So far it has not. We are keeping an eye on it. If we do find anything out there, we will make sure that affects cord cutting. We'll be reporting on it. Any info on the Channel Master Stream Plus media player and DVR? Yeah, so Channel Master, which is a popular DVR for over-the-air TV, is releasing a new DVR. It's an Android TV box this time with 2 tuners. So you'll be able to install Android TV apps, though it sounds like no Netflix right now. They're not approved for Netflix, but they're working on that. But you'll be able to install Hulu and Sling TV and etc. So how does it work? Is it good or not? We'll have to wait and see. I hope to get my hands on it at CES. Bradley, I'm doing great. It's great to have you here. Yeah, Chris, you're right. The fees and add-ons are crazy. So he says he paid his advertised bundle price was $89 a month. But after all the fees, taxes, and add-ons, he paid $135 a month. And that was probably the promo rate. I was talking to somebody and they were paying over $300 a month for internet and TV. So keep that in mind. They will just keep jacking it up and piling on the fees and taxes and everything. Thank you, Renee. I use an indoor antenna and live in New York City. Yeah, New York City is actually not a bad spot for indoor over-the-air TV. All streaming services have buffering, John. If you're seeing a lot more with DirecTV Now, I would play around. Make sure you don't have weak Wi-Fi. I'm not sure why you would have it. I have all of them. I have Sling TV, DirecTV Now, PlayStation View, Hulu, Fubo, etc. All at the same YouTube TV right now. All at the same time. I don't see any one more buffering than the next. They all buffer, to be honest with you. It's an infant technology, live TV streaming. Look for it to get better. I think back a year from now to today, live TV streaming, all of them have just gotten better. I'm excited to see where we'll be a year from now. Craig, I agree with you. They really should be forced to have all the fees and taxes, or maybe not taxes. I'll give a waive on taxes, but all the fees should be included with the advertised price. That broadcast TV fee, the HD technology fee, the sports fee, the list goes on and on, should all be included with the advertised price. There's no reason why cable TV cannot include that because they know what it is. The broadcast TV fee, all that, it's pretty much standardized across markets now. Jimmy says he's saving $90 a month. Went from $125 to $35. That's a pretty good deal. Any news on the possible new T-Mobile TV with Layer 3? No, T-Mobile has announced that they intend to disrupt traditional pay TV services in 2018. They bought a smaller pay TV service called Layer TV. Layer 3, I think it was actually. But here's the reality. Amazon and Apple both tried to disrupt pay TV and both failed miserably. Both decided it wasn't worth their time and effort. So it will be interesting to see if T-Mobile is successful where Amazon and Apple were not. So we'll keep that in mind. Hey, a few people are going to see ads real quick. Bear through. We're just going to be a quick 30-second ad. It helps pay the bill for Core Cars News. For everybody else who is still here, hey, take a moment. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Facebook. I'll really appreciate your support. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button on YouTube. We would really appreciate it. And we're going to do our best to help you get the best cord cutting news, tips, tricks, reviews, and more all about cord cutting. All right. So, and also if you want to donate $1, visit us patreon.com/cordcarsnews. We appreciate $1 thrown our way. Why? So Lori asks, why do they charge a fee for free over-the-air channels anyways? So cable companies, I'm assuming that's what you're talking about with their broadcast TV fee. It's because or locals charge them a fee. And instead of including that with the advertised fee, they hide it as a hidden fee. But you are right. It would be nice if cable would give you the option to not include locals and just use an antenna. Here's a question I get a lot. You still have to pay for internet. Count that as plus Sling's TV's price. Well, I am. Well, two things. Cord cutting is not about canceling internet. It's about TV. It's about cutting your cost of TV. When I talk about saving $105 a month, that includes internet in that price. We paid $112 for just the TV side of our bill, plus our internet bill. So when we cut the TV, that $112 dropped off. Our internet was still there, but we were still saving over $100 a month. So yeah, I do include internet when I tell you how much money I am saving. And that's what always cracks me up. Well, with cord cutting, you have to have internet. I always hear that argument. It's like, well, if you get cable, are you going to suddenly cancel your home internet? Would you get rid of home internet because you get cable TV? No, people don't do that. There's actually more internet subscribers to Comcast than there are paid TV subscribers. So keep that in mind. Does Google Play on the Roku support 4K? I can't buy 4K movies on my Roku TV, but I can buy them on my phone. Bradley, do you have a 4K Roku TV? I was under the impression that Google Play was one of the apps that supported 4K. I can tell you in a moment. But from my understanding, yes. So, here we go. I'm looking at the Roku channel store 4K ones. Let me see here if it's included. You know what? It is not. Vudu is. Fandango Now. I'm trying to look. Amazon. So if you want to buy, or rent 4K movies on the Google Play Store, or on Roku, you want the see your YouTube if they offer 4K there. Amazon Video, Vudu, and Fandango Now all offer 4K options out there to rent and buy movies. Yes, so here's a question. I noticed that on a 32-inch HD TV, I found that the quality of over-the-air TV is better than cable. Yeah, it is, because it's not compressed the same way that cable is. They may both technically be 4K, but one is compressed way down where the other is not. And just so everybody knows, I was listing the stores on Roku that sell and rent 4K movies on Roku 4K supported ones. There are many other devices out there that support, or streaming services out there like Netflix, Plex, Curiosity Stream. The list goes on and on here that offer 4K streaming, but they may not sell or rent movies. I have a Roku XD from 2011. Can I get DirecTV Now because I cannot find the app? No, I don't think DirecTV Now goes back that far. The Roku XD is right on the border where they're no longer updating channels or adding new channels for that. My recommendation, if your Roku is, let's be honest, that's an almost 8-year-old streaming player at this time. It's a pretty good run. You're not going to see some of the newer, more powerful apps out there. Why? Because the Roku XD from 2011 doesn't have the same processing power as the Roku 3 even, or the Roku Premier, Ultra, etc. My recommendation, if you want DirecTV Now, you can get a under $50 Roku that will be 4 times, 5 times, 10 times faster than the XD, and include all that. Am I drinking eggnog? No, I'm drinking water. I just use this mug because it's got my logo on it. Neil asks, thanks, what are you doing? Saving money, but really love the freedom I have now. Oh, thanks for what you're doing. It's not a question. Just saying thanks for what you're doing. I'm glad to hear that you love the freedom you have now and that you're saving money. That's one thing many people don't realize is with cord cutting, not only are you saving money, but you're also getting additional content that you did not have before with cable. Cord cutters have access to way more content than cable could ever offer. Netflix alone offers more cable content than if you were to watch cable 24/7. So keep that in mind. All right. Ever use antenna strength meter to find best location for an antenna? Ken, I can't say I've ever done that. What I just kind of move it around until I find all the stations I want. Is the Tableau better than TiVo? Well, the Tableau is a little cheaper. It does some stuff that the TiVo doesn't. TiVo does some stuff that the Tableau doesn't. I would do your research on both. I like Tableau. I think the TiVo does great, but I think you're paying a lot for the name. So keep that in mind. John says, I'm thinking of switching to DirecTV Now, and the wife wants the Hallmark movie mystery channel. If it doesn't have the channel, she doesn't want it. I believe DirecTV Now does have it, but only in select packages, so check that out. Otherwise, PlayStation View and Sling TV both offer the Hallmark movie and mystery channel. Doug, I agree with you. Just the sub channels on your over-the-air TV antenna is often better than cable. And I was interviewing the CEO of Tableau DVRs, and he said that the average Tableau DVR gets over 40 local over-the-air TV stations. So keep that in mind, that there's probably a lot more content over there than you may think. All right. I live in New York City. I have Sling, View, and DirecTV Now to see which is better. DirecTV Now is horrible. Sling is perfect. DirecTV Now is way more buffering. Hey, one thing, Herbert, one thing I would recommend doing in the future is not trying them all at the same time. I would recommend, they all offer 5 to 7 days free trials. Do them one at a time. A, that stretches the amount of free TV you're watching. 2, it can be hard to thoroughly test a service when you have multiple to test at the same time. So my recommendation is to always try one, try the next, and then make a decision. Have you any trouble with the Roku channels kicking you out of a show or movie that you started from? I left out. Did it 4 times a day. Well, Richard, what Roku channel are you watching that you're getting kicked out? I can't say I've experienced that issue, but let me know what channel I may be able to help you more. Doug says he's going to get the new Stream Plus. You talking about the new Channel Master Stream Plus DVR and Android TV streaming player? All indications, it looks very interesting. I'm excited to test it out. Do you like Tableau or HD Home Run for over-the-air DVR? John, if you have a home media server, the HD Home Run is a great option, especially paired with Plex. But if you're not running a home media center, and I don't think most people are, I would get a Tableau DVR. No need to set up a media center. No need to have a device always running. Your Tableau is an all-in-one device that does it all. If you have a Roku, get the Tableau because it has a Roku app or channel, and the HD Home Run does not, unless you, again, have a media center or use something like Plex, and it just gets a lot more complicated. Would you recommend tethering over home internet if I use one streaming in my device? Me and my parents are moving. I want to explore my options. I'm assuming when you say tethering, you mean tethering to like a cell phone. My recommendation is to be careful about that because there is sometimes data caps, so make sure you know that. 2, in theory, once you go over 20-some gigabytes a month, or whatever the terms of your contract are, they reserve the right to downgrade your streaming if the network becomes congested. Some people do it without problems. Other people do it for months, and then randomly their internet is very slow and they're unable to stream because they got downgraded because they said that the network is congested. You were deemed to be a high-use person, so they kicked you off or downgraded your network. So, all right, keep the questions coming. If you have asked one and I have not answered it, post it again and I'll do my best to answer them. It's great to see so many people here too. Welcome. A lot of new faces here today I don't think I've seen before. If you're new, every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern for about an hour or so, I am live on YouTube answering your cord cutting related questions. Our goal here is to help you get the most out of cord cutting and help you break free from the high cost of cable. Hopefully we can help answer your questions. We can chat about the latest stories in cord cutting. Hey, we can look forward to the future of cord cutting in 2018. So hit that subscribe button. We post videos every week. Find us at cordcuttersnews.com where we're posting 4, 5, 6 stories a day all about cord cutting, the news, tips, tricks, everything out there. Keep that in mind. All right, Troy says, So you are liking how are you liking YouTube TV? I like it so far. The lack of a Roku and Fire TV and Apple TV one is kind of a holdback, but they say Roku and Apple TV are coming. I wouldn't expect Fire TV. I mean, if they're pulling the regular YouTube channel at the moment, I wouldn't expect to see the YouTube TV one on there. I don't think YouTube will ever be popular as it could be until they add apps for streaming players. Some people are fine casting this and using this as your remote. I find most people still want a traditional remote and they want to just do it on the TV. They don't want to have to pull their phone out, find the one, then cast it. And you think about it, every time I want to switch channels, I got to get my phone out, I got to open the app, I got to switch channels, cast it to my TV, and then put my phone, go back to doing whatever I was doing on my phone. Oh, want to switch channels, open up the app, find the one, cast it to the TV. It's just so easy to have a remote, a Roku remote, Fire TV remote, etc. So I just don't think they're ever going to be as successful as they could be until they make the jump and they fulfill the promise and release a Roku and Apple TV and hopefully a Fire TV app at some time. Jason says, Luke, I've been telling my friends about your site. Luke, thank you for what you do for us. Jason, thank you for your support. No, there's no greater compliment than hearing that somebody's telling their friends and family about the site. I really do appreciate it. Jayon says, DirecTV Now's murder mystery channel is only in the $35 package. Why is that? It's not in the higher ones. I don't know. It's a contractual issue. My recommendation, Sling TV or PlayStation View. The cheapest option, though, is Sling TV by a mile. I've tried recording and it didn't, but Bill, I'm not sure I understand your question there. I think I missed part of that conversation. My LG TV has a YouTube TV app, but I can't use it. It's not in my area yet. That is right. I forgot about that. YouTube TV did add a few smart TV supports. It is on Android TV, but it's not on Roku, it's not on Apple TV, and it's not on the Fire TV. And they make up like 80% of the streaming market in the United States. I don't believe Tableau will work without internet because it streams to the router. Tableau will work without internet because it can run off your home network. You will still need some type of home network to make it work. The issue with that, though, is without internet, you're not going to get a channel guide because it uses the internet to download the channel guide and what's coming forward and so forth. But if you don't have any internet and you only want to connect to one TV, you may want to get a channel master. Again, same thing. Without internet, you're not going to be able to download your channel guide. So keep that in mind. But it's just a direct connection to straight one TV. You don't even need to get a home Wi-Fi network. Yeah, as best I can tell, DirecTV Now does not have an option to extend recordings. So if the show runs long, they're going to cut it off before it finishes recording. Hopefully someday they'll do that. I keep hoping Sling TV will do that too, but so far they haven't. PlayStation View on some sporting events auto records a little extra, but not on all. It's really weird. There's really no explanation on what sporting events will auto record an extra 30 minutes and what sporting events won't. Neil says, the biggest problem with cord cutting is I'm like a kid in a candy store. So many options. Just discovered BritBox. Love it. Cord cutting is great. You do have to have some self-discipline to be a cord cutter because there are over 200 streaming services in the United States. My recommendation is to be like, okay, this month I'm going to try HBO Now. Next month I'm going to try BritBox and just kind of rotate and then like binge watch and just go binge watch everything and then cancel. So keep that in mind. Do I know if Tableau will start recording Sling? No, because that would be, for one, I believe it's a violation in terms of service of Sling. Two, Tableau is an over-the-air DVR, not a streaming recorder. They're totally different types of things. And Sling TV does offer a DVR for $5 a month if you really want a DVR. Do you know? Okay, I already answered that. Tim says, I was with DirecTV Now. I went back to PlayStation View 2 months later. They still had my shows on my DVR. Did they extend the time? No. From my understanding, after 28 days, 30 days, whatever it is, they will auto delete your shows. I'm not sure why your shows were still there. Yeah, if anyone else has that, let me know. Any idea on the amount of hours the DirecTV Now DVR, how much it will cost? No, we don't know how much it will be when it officially releases. We don't know if there will be a cost or what that cost will be. To be honest with you, it probably will be a cost like Sling TV. Maybe they'll do like 20 hours free, 100 if you pay. Early DVR beta testers got 100 hours, later ones got 20. Unfortunately, we just don't know. We'll have to wait until it becomes public. I suspect that the DVR is going to go public in 2018, probably in January. All right. Keep those questions coming. Got about 20 minutes here. Maybe about 15. We'll wrap this up. DVR and DirecTV Now does not record the whole show. I've had most of the shows I've hit record work. Remember, it's a beta, not public release. You're going to find glitches, folks. All right, questions, comments, keep them coming. I'll do my best to answer them. One last ad for today with everybody here. But yeah, so if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button. We are almost at 20,000. Let me hit refresh this. Maybe we did hit 20,000 during the show. Nope, we're 3 people short of hitting 20,000 on YouTube. But also follow us at courtcarsnews.com. Every day, that's where the bulk of our content is. Posting 6-7 posts a day, all about court car news, tips, tricks, reviews, all kinds of stuff. So if you're not following us on courtcarsnews.com, do that. If you are not a subscriber on YouTube, hit that subscribe. I only need 3 more people to hit 20,000. Bill says, do I have YouTube TV? Yes, I have YouTube TV now, Hulu TV, Fubo TV, Sling TV, PlayStation View, DirecTV Now. I feel like I'm missing something on that list. But I have pretty much everything out there. All right. I just signed up today and was using Boomerang on my Fire Stick, the one without the Alexa voice assistant. Okay, Lori. I don't know if I missed your question there, but it's great to hear you're liking Boomerang. I love classic cartoon shows, so that's a great one for me. All right. Sling TV doesn't have my locals. Been there, done that. Sling TV is not adding locals. They want to be the service for people with antennas. They'll even come to the point where they even offer to come to your home and install an antenna for a really good price. It's like $50, and they'll bring the antenna, and the install fee is like $50, and it's a great option. But Sling TV is like, hey, everybody else is making the price like $40 right now. We can keep it down by 20 by not including locals. According to people in the industry, the most expensive channels to carry are local channels. They charge the most amount of money to carry them. So Sling TV says, forget that. We're not raising our price. We're just not going to carry you. And it's not a bad idea. You know, there's all kinds of services out there with locals. And Sling TV says, why don't we be the service that doesn't have locals? Why don't we be the service for people with antennas? And I think it's a good niche. Somebody's got to have that niche. Larry says 100 hours is not much for a cloud DVR. Is it going to offer unlimited storage? No, because remember, YouTube TV is not really unlimited storage, because the moment the show becomes available on demand, they delete your recording, give you the on-demand version with unskippable commercial breaks. Why is that important? Or why do they do that? It's because storing all these files for 90 days is very expensive. Storing data is still not cheap. When you get millions of people trying to record millions of hours of DVR, that's a lot of data. 100 hours is more than you think about it. You know, if you're just keeping on top of it, deleting shows when you're done watching them, I have 100 hours of Sling TV, and I find it more than enough. Why can't I use the Boomerang app on the Amazon Fire TV? I'm not sure. I've heard a few people say that for some reason, if you sign up on the website, you're not able to log in right now on the Fire TV. I knew you used to be able to do that. I'm assuming they're having some type of technical glitch. I would contact Boomerang's their customer service, let them know your issue, see what they say. All right, keep those questions coming. Are they testing the 3.0 signal? Yes, they are testing in some markets. Phoenix come March, April, is going to launch with pretty much all their Phoenix locals are going to launch 3.0 for customer service. Phoenix is going to be a real beta test for that. Look for 3.0 to come out pretty quick in 2018. I expect to see a lot. By the end of 2018, a lot of markets have it. By the end of 2019, 2020, probably most Americans will have at least one, if not more, 3.0 over-the-air TV stations. Alt card collector, he says, my contract is up with AT&T in February for internet. I like their service, but I'm concerned about all this net neutrality stuff. What are your thoughts? A, I wouldn't lose sleep over it. B, if your contract's coming up with AT&T for internet, shop around. My number one tip is shop around. The way I get really good rates at internet is every few years I switch back and forth. So I'll be with DSL for a year or two, depending on what the deal is. Then I'll switch to internet for cable internet. And I'll do it for a year or two. And then I'll switch back and forth, back and forth. And I'm paying $29.99 for 100 down with Spectrum right now. So now it is interesting to remember that my DSL actually offers a gigabyte option. It's a lot faster, costs a lot more money, but my DSL is actually faster than my cable. I hear this a lot too. Oh, I don't want DSL. That's slow. DSL in my area offers gigabit service here. You'd be amazed. In most major cities, DSL is not what it used to be. In many rural areas, it's incredibly expensive. Let's just be honest. It really is incredibly expensive to upgrade rural areas. That's why they're pushing for wireless 5G, because you can upgrade rural areas to much faster internet for a fraction of the cost of fixing wired internet to very rural areas. Craig, if you're over 1,000 miles from Phoenix, I just don't think you're going to get the signal. Give it some time. You'll get over there TV eventually. Have you played with the idea of reviewing voice commands, Alexa Fire TV versus Google Home with Chromecast? I've done a little bit here and there at different times. Yeah, I may try to do a review of that. We'll see. Will there be a DirecTV Now app for Fire TV tablets? Maybe someday. We'll have to wait and see. 7 at most. If you're one person looking for one stream, that's enough to stream content. I cut the cord with 10 down, did multiple streams at the same time. What's the difference between the Air TV and the Air TV 2? The Air TV is an Android TV device that connects to one TV only. The Air TV 2 is a network device. You plug your antenna into it, you connect to your Wi-Fi, and then it streams your antenna out over the internet to any Netflix device. So my Air TV 2 is in my office, about 10 miles from here. I could connect it to my phone right now and watch it. I could log in my computer and watch my antenna through Netflix. There is no direct connection. It's not an Android TV player. It's a streaming media device that takes your antenna with the Air TV 2, streams out to the web to any Sling TV app. Now, all Sling TV apps are fully upgraded to include it because they just kind of quietly rolled it out, but they're slowly adding device support for that almost daily, it seems like. So keep that in mind. But they're very different. They still sell the Air TV 1. I like the Air TV 2. I love the idea that I'm on my phone and I'm watching my antenna, wherever it may be. 2 people in your house, it's a little stretch. Like I said, though, give it time. I think 5G is really going to be your answer there for slower internet. How much will Hulu change with majority Disney ownership? Ooh, I mean, that's kind of the question, Chris. For the first time, Hulu is going to have a single owner back in the company. How that's going to affect Hulu, no one really knows right now. We'll have to wait and see. What's the best way to DVR over their content? The easiest way is probably the Tableau DVR. I really like that. TiVo, Channel Master. If you have a home media server running Plex and all kinds of other stuff, HD Home runs not a bad option. But if you don't have a home media server, Plex, Channel Master, Tableau, or TiVo DVRs. So Tableau, Channel Master, TiVo. I don't know if I said that right. Hey, well, I got a ton of people here. First of all, hit that subscribe button. Let's see if we top 20,000 subscribers real quick. Refreshing. Yes, we have 20,000 subscribers on YouTube. Thank you, everybody. Really appreciate it. But hey, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate everybody who's a subscriber. 20,000. It's a huge accomplishment. Next stop, 100,000. 2, follow us on cordcardsnews.com. Every day we post 6, 7, 8 stories sometimes a day, all about cord cutting. News, tips, tricks. We do our best to give you the best live coverage of cord cutting out there. 3, we really appreciate being here. Join us every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, for about an hour. We are live on YouTube answering your cord cutting related questions. My goal here is to help you break free from the high cost of cable, make cord cutting a little less scary, and help you get the information you need to make informed decisions about cord cutting. All right, Richard says, sorry for getting back to you so late. The Roku channel that was kicking me out when I was watching a show was the Roku channel. I was watching Earth Final Conflict Season 1. You know, I haven't been watching the Roku channel this week. I was watching it last week, haven't had any issues. And maybe there have some issues. My recommendation is to physically unplug your Roku from the wall. Wait about 30 seconds to plug the Roku back in. The old, reboot option. See if that fixes your issue with the Roku. Other than that, I would contact Roku customer service, let them know that you're having some issues, and see if they can fix that. Kenneth says, have you tried your YouTube Red? Yes, I did. I do a lot with YouTube for work. A lot of like all those trailers and stuff I do where here's what's new on Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon this week, where I take a trailer and insert it into the post. I was getting so sick of all the commercials. I paid for YouTube Red. 2, I travel a lot for work now, and I love the ability to download YouTube videos very easily on my phone. When I'm taking off, landing, I just watch a couple YouTube videos on my phone as we're doing that. So, I think YouTube Red was well worth the money. I don't really use the music side of it. I probably should. But the ability to download, the ability to not have commercials, I love it. Any snow in your area, Luke? When I was in Michigan flying out on Christmas Day, it was snowing horribly. We had a half an hour delay after we boarded the plane because the runway was closed for plowing. They got a ton of snow up there that day. Down here in Texas, no snow. I'm loving it. I was kind of complaining. Oh, it's like 30 something. It's 37 this morning when I woke up. I was like, oh man, it's cold. I asked my Echo what the weather was back in Michigan, and it was 10 below zero. I was like, okay, I am done complaining. It's 40 degrees warmer down here in Texas than it was in Michigan. So it's all perspective, right? Does AirTV install an antenna? I have Sling and DirecTV Now. AirTV will, if you connect an antenna to it with the adapter, it will add your antenna to your Sling TV app. So your antenna stations will appear right next to your Sling TV stations in the Sling TV app. AirTV.net, Jason, to learn more about that. All right. Last call for questions. Got about 5 or so minutes here. If you have a question, get it in now, and I'll do my best to answer it. If I haven't answered your questions, re-ask it, and I'll do my best to answer it. With the growth in the number of people every week, more and more questions, it could be hard for us to keep up with all of them, but I'm going to do my best. MK Night Stalker, I'm going to call you. Says it's 13 degrees and 96 inches of snow from this weekend's storm. Are you in the general Erie area? Where are you that you're seeing 96 inches? You don't give me an exact one. Johnny says, why are they reporting that you can sign into MSG Go with DirecTV Now, but many are saying you can't? So DirecTV Now did add MSG network to their service. It's a regional sports network, but when they first added it for like 48, 72 hours, it was available nationwide. That shouldn't have happened. That was a mistake on DirecTV Now's part. Now it's been limited to the markets. It should be within reason. So the people who are like in Texas who saw it for a little while weren't supposed to, and it was pulled off there. It was pulled off like the Texas market, the Michigan market, and put into the greater New York area. So if you live in that area, like New York City, you will get the MSG. You will be able to log into MSG, or you should be able to. If you live outside of it, you're not going to be able to access MSG. It's a regional sports network, just like you can't access Fox Sports Chicago if you live in Texas. How much does the AirTV 2 cost? I I think it's $99, 110, somewhere in that range. AirTV.net, Troy. I'm not sure of the price off the top of my head. Can you DVR over their channels to the AirTV? No, not this time, but I expect that maybe that'll be added in the future, but not right now. All right, last call for questions. Mike, I did not see your question. So I see where he says, can you address my question about the signal loss of the HD home run? You need to re-ask the question because I didn't see it, obviously, or I would have answered it. I'm in the New York City area and can't access it. John, I've heard you, a few people in the New York City area say that, but I've also talked to plenty of people in the New York City area who say they have seen it. Thank you, Tim. I wish you and your family a happy new year also. Hope everybody had a great Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate, or even if you don't. I just hope you had a great holiday season. Do you know of any way to get Root Sports and streaming? Not yet, Crazy Cat Lady. Word is that's coming, though. All right, last call for questions. Mike, ask your question again, and I'll try to answer it. Do you know why CBS stations are not available in the DirecTV Now beta? I am not sure on that, but if I find out, I'll let you know. Any news on MLB streaming? Probably we won't know anything new about MLB streaming until somewhere closer to spring. They typically make announcements within 90 or so days of the start of the MLB season. I have an antenna in the attic, and I live in the city limits of Wichita. I have pixelation with the HD home run, but not with direct input. Any solutions? Buy an amplifier and see if that will help clear it up. So sorry about the camera cutting out. I do have a new camera at the office that doesn't do that. This old one, though, hopefully next week we will be doing the show from the office, and we won't have those little cutoffs there. So I would try a antenna. Not really sure why you would get weaker with the HD home run than with the TV, but I'll try an amplifier to boost that signal. Maybe try to play with the placement of the antenna to get better reception. For some reason, the HD home run's just not working as well for you. Do you know if Spectrum Sportsnet will ever come to any streaming services? I expect it will someday soon. We'll have to wait and see. All right, last call. About 2 minutes. So the AirTV 2 is $119. Or the AirTV 1? Because the AirTV is $99 with the antenna adapter. I believe it's $120. Hello, Denny. Thank you, Larry. Appreciate you being here. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate you being here too. All right, everybody. I hope you all had a great holiday season. I wish you all one last Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, everything else. Joel, thank you so much for the $10 tip. I really appreciate that. I wish you all a Happy New Year. Remember, we will be here next week for a show. So the week after New Year's, I will be doing a show. The week after that is CES, and I will be in Vegas. We will not be having a show that week. Denny, how do you Cody? It's just a media center. You can download it, and whatever content you own, you can stream on it. Jason says I'm 60 to 90 miles from over-the-air TV towers. What antenna do I recommend? I recommend you have a roof-mounted antenna as high as you possibly can get it. Something very powerful like the Clearstream V4. Or whatever big antenna you can get. You want to get as big of an antenna you can. 60, 90 miles is right on the fringe where you may or may not get it. I lived about 60 miles from an antenna when I became a cord cutter from the transmitters. I lived in a valley, though. I was at the bottom of a valley in the foothills of Missouri. I had no over-the-air TV reception, unfortunately. Just the way it is. But my recommendation is get a roof-mounted antenna, put it as high as you can, and connect it to the most powerful antenna you can get. All right, everybody, that is it. It's 8 o'clock almost. I'm wrapping the show up. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever else. Happy New Year. I wish you all the best. I will see you next week. One last ad play. Why do I play ads? Because I got to pay the bills somehow. But I thank you to everybody who is here. If you're watching this on replay, thank you. Please subscribe. Hit that follow button. We would really appreciate it. Check out courtcarsnews.com. 20,003 people following us. That's huge. I really love to see that we top 20,000. It was a goal I set way earlier this year, and kind of not thinking we would reach 20,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Now let's see if we can hit 100,000. So tell your friends. I really appreciate it all. I will see you all next week at the same time, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on YouTube for our weekly cord cutting Q&A. Take care, everybody.